Conflict. Conflict raged on. Alright, here we go. Sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. Oh, what's this? Broken bottle? Oh, shrapnel shell remnants. Shrapnel shell remnants. A shell containing lead bullets, depending on its settings. The shell might explode on contact with the ground, sending its contents flying, or in the air, or even more destructive results. Wow. April 22nd, 1915, Ypres, Belgium. What you need, man? Okay, so we're just looking for people that need medical attention. New diary. September 17th, 1914. The situation is horrific here. Yesterday I was in my warm, cozy apartment, and now I'm in the depths of hell. There are so many dead, so many young lives lost. I managed to save one soldier this morning, but there are so many others to tend to. Tomorrow I'll try to get closer to the front so I can help those most in need. Alright, here's Carl. Here's Emil's son. April 22nd, 1915. This morning in Ypres, von Dorf made us capture some scientists. The army is interested in his work, and apparently he'll help Germany win the war. I wonder if they're talking about Anna's father here. The army is interested in his work, and apparently he'll help Germany win the war. He seems like a nice fellow, but it's hard to find out anything else about him. Von Dorf is keeping him closely guarded. Not a day goes by that I don't think about my Marie and my little Victor. I haven't seen them for 8 months now. I miss them so much. Freddy. Freddy's the best. Those freaking shells nearly did it for me. There's no way I'm giving up so close to my goal. Apparently their leader's called von Dorf. I'm going to get him. Everybody else are just pawns in his game. Carl is alive. I caught sight of him flying a Zeppelin heading south. We're going looking for him again tomorrow with Anna and Freddy. So we're still kind of back in 1914, or the diary was at least. But these guys are in 15. I think that's where we are currently with Anna in 1915. I think it said April 22nd. Alright, Med 10 is this way. The hecatomb. The first 3 months of the war saw especially heavy losses. August 22nd, 1914 was the bloodiest day of the whole war, with heavy casualties. The numbers of wounded were far greater than had been anticipated, and the military health services struggled to cope with the scale of the conflict. Nurses. Nurses were the angels of the Great War and were generally volunteers recruited by the Red Cross, the Army, or the American ambulances to work long rolling shifts in hospitals, both at the front and behind the lines. They played the role of carers, mothers, and confidants. They often feature in soldiers' memoirs and were sometimes their sole companion in death. The majority were demobilized at the end of the hostilities. Okay. This guy needs a saw. Oh man. What's this game rated? Are we gonna have to take some guy's poor leg off? Got some socks. Tallow socks. Socks soaked in refined tallow and coated with formol. The most effective way to beat cold and damp, frostbite, and other ailments. That, at least, was what the adverts had people believe. However effective the socks were, the soldier's best friend was always a nice dry pair. There's some water out there. Nothing in there. Ooh, there's a saw. Oh. Sure enough, that's what we did. I feel like I'm playing Rock Band over here. I feel like this guy would not be tipping his hat to us if he just lost an appendage. He'd probably be passed out. Oh, this guy's in love. Okay, this guy wants some water. Got something under here. Is that a bowling ball? Mess tin with holes. Both dishes of this mess tin have holes in them. Not hugely practical for eating, perhaps, but life-saving for one soldier. The mess tin bag was worn at kidney height. When the shell exploded, the mess tin slowed down the searing hot shrapnel in flight, which, although it wounded the soldier, helped him live another day. Mess tins were blackened, using smoke to prevent them from glinting in the sunlight. Alright, so we saw some water over here. But we have to get over to that handle somehow. This guy needs a crutch. This guy needs water. Do we have anything down here? Or we just felt like hanging out with all the dead folks? Oh, there we go. Letter from a Prussian soldier, 6 September 1914. My dear daughter, we are making headway through the French countryside. The landscape is beautiful. I'd much rather be enjoying it with you than killing people. I think of you all the time. Your father, Wolfgang. So sad. Okay, this guy wants a cross for his grave that he's digging. This guy looks just altogether downtrodden. He needs a sling. Okay. Hey, here's a cross. Oh, wow. What do we get? Oh, this looks like it could be used as a crutch. In some capacity, maybe. Wait, no, probably not. It just looked like it. Oh, nope, I was right. Everyone's falling in love. Is there a way to get over back here? Yes, there is. Ooh, there's our sling, I bet. We have to find a way to cut this tree down. Okay, nurse's manual. The war effort suddenly required a larger medical corps, and there were not enough qualified personnel. So manuals were published and distributed to help volunteers train. The manuals provided a whole host of practical solutions to logistical and medical problems at the front, such as how to make a splint or stretcher using rifles and their straps. Yeah, so we have to cut this tree down. We can get water for this guy now, though. Yep. Oh, can we pick up the saw again? Okay, let's come back and get that saw. I bet we can cut that tree down. This guy wants water over here. Sounds are gruesome, man. Hey, that was easy. There's a lot going on in the background right now. That pop is not really that dramatic. It's like pop. Okay. See, this guy, I feel like he could still think to remove his hat, but the amputation guy, not so much. A hairpin, a lice comb. In their journals, soldiers often recount their losing war against lice and rats in the trenches. Gross. Apart from lice powder, the only other prevention against lice was this fine-toothed metal comb. Often when soldiers took leave behind the lines, they were scrubbed down with hot water, their clothing boiled, or a new uniform was issued. I guess so you don't spread it around with the townsfolk or wherever it was you were gonna go. Oh gosh. This is a German dude? It is. Oh. Was that shrapnel? Danke.
The French officers were talking about Belgium. The German army was about to experiment with a new weapon near Ypres, Anna's hometown.
Ypres.
Anna got en route to warn her father about the imminent danger. Reaching the outskirts of the city, Anna was greeted by the screams of sirens.
So this is where we fought the Zeppelin, I think.
Deadly
Ypres.
gas was already here.
Okay, Ypres, a town in ruins, dubbed Ypres by the British troops due to its difficult pronunciation. The Belgian town of Ypres was a key strategic position during the war, a hub for road, rail, and canal networks. It became the target for sustained bombing from 1914. In 1915, the Germans even used chemical warfare on the town. By the end of the war, the majestic cathedral and town center were nothing but ruins. Technology at work. That's a weird-looking biplane. Hey, we got another trophy. In the wake of the technological advances of the early 20th century, the vast scope of this industrialized war brought developments in all fields: aircraft, submarines, dirigibles, and tanks. Great progress was made in the fields of medicine, surgery, medical hygiene, and radiology, thanks to Marie Curie's work, who took thousands of x-rays of the wounded. She doesn't seem really fazed by this gas over here. Anything over here? Nope. Medical tent this way. Okay, so we're helping people, townspeople again. Uh-oh. Oh, we can go outside. Pardon me while I take a few moments to read this letter. Letter from a Scottish soldier, April 1915. Hello, pal. I'm in the town of Ypres in Belgium, a pretty wee town that must have been braw before the war. The beer too, and a bad. In a bad? I'd much rather be drowning ale with you, though, boy.